Hey Saber fans, I present to you Korbanth MPP.
The Force will be with you, always.
A lovely shine through. Oh, you gotta love it. Tri-Cree, the prizm version 4. I don't think this has force. Oh, wrong button. Yes, it does. Cool. Good deal. So, this is actually the first Korbanth MPP I've installed. A little blade plug right there. Got your Tri-Cree. I believe this is a red, white. Yeah, A New Hope is red, white. That's right. Or at least that's what the client wanted, so. Blade retention is that greebly, which isn't bad. Blade depth, as always on MPPs, is ridiculous. Freaking, I think it's like 2.5 inches. You know, 1 inch minimum for any dueling grade saber. So it's like, just take it to a tree trunk. You'll break the blade first because it's heavy. It's heavy. I love MPPs for their weight. I mean, I have a 89 Sabres MPP, and ooh, same length. I'm thinking that the 89 Sabres is a little heavier, actually, but it is a 1 inch blade holder, so it's probably wider. But the 89 Sabres is so nice. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this. There are some things that I don't like about the Saber, and there's a lot of things I do like. So, the chassis that was used with this was a Sorok Sabres chassis, and the client specifically requested that there be a kill switch in the clamp card to cut power. So, activation, auxiliary, nothing. Hit the clamp again.
Your destiny lies along a different path from mine.
I like that. I like that a lot. Super cool. Only time you ever have to remove the grenade set or the grip section is to charge it. Now, this has a Saber Essential 28mm Prizm V4. Only thing I noticed with this chassis particularly is that the battery is behind the board, and with the Prizm V4, that capacitor above the positive and negative, super beefy. It actually pushes up on it, so you can see it is raised a little bit. Doesn't affect the swings or clashes or nothing, since it's held down with that nice art tape that Robert recommends. And of course, there's recharge port and 2 nice little LEDs. We got a 5mm white and a 3mm red. That was super bright. It's not as bright whenever you look dead at. Okay, I lied. It's bright. It does that for all of it, all the fonts. So I believe this has nothing but A New Hope Vader fonts.
You should not have come back.
I pretty much, this was actually an upgrade for the chassis, and originally it was a Goth 3 Designs chassis, and the wiring was definitely really old. You know, considering this is a V4 Prizm, and the 5.1 and the 5.5 have been out for quite some time now, the wiring on this was pretty old. This was in desperate need of a rewire, and I'm so glad that I was allowed to work on this because it needed it bad. I just love that shine through. God, I love that shine through. It's so sick. The grip is so light.
You should not have come back.
That's the only thing you need to watch out for. The guy this is going to, whenever you put the grip back on, likes to get caught on that control box right there. So you might have to lift it up a little bit to get it past that. But you're good to go, buddy. Sadly, the control box, that 3D printed piece that holds the switch, that, however, I don't know if it was made just for looks or for aesthetics or whatever, but you know, this is completely flush. The shroud down to this, it's all completely flush. There's no way to get wires through it. The only way is to drill a hole into the actual saber to get wires to run through for switches of any sort. So, make sure it's cool with the client. Did it. I also used some ultra thin double-sided tape on the back side of this clamp. That way it doesn't move around whenever you're undoing the grip. So, originally it had the Guthrie Designs chassis that had recharge port access through this, the pommel. But now it's just, you know, remove the grip whenever you want to recharge it and click the clamp whenever you want to turn it on. So, my other big gripe with this particular saber, I mentioned a lot of the things that I like about it, and I want to go over one of the things that I really didn't like about it. Yeah, you can't see it from here. See, it's getting caught. Doesn't want to move. So just grab it, lift it up, good as new. The wire routing from the switches. So, per the design, on the blade holder, there's just a canal hollowed out all the way down. Don't like it. Don't like it. Do you know why? Because all it takes is those wires to just move up just a little bit. Try to push the grip on, it's going to start hitting those wires. Try to twist it, it's going to be twisting the wires. Eventually, it's going to break. What did I do? Had to modify it. You know, typical Korbanth. I like Korbanth hilts. You know, there's a lot of good features to them, and the price point is very good. Accuracy's not bad. Dual worthiness. This being a 7/8 inch blade holder. Light to medium, if that. I would still be cautious. Very cautious. I know this isn't going to be dueled with. It's just going to sit on there and be pretty. Which most sabers, that's pretty much what they're meant, especially replicas. Not many replicas are meant to be dueled with. I mean, my 89 Sabres MPP, yes. I would happily duel with this, but I still wouldn't. I mean, maybe if I had robotic arms, you know. I mean, it's big, it's girthy. Yeah. Anyways, sorry. Same thing with this is actually a little lighter because it only holds a 7/8, so there's less meat inside it. But beautiful saber. Auxiliary switch placement is this was already done before it got to me. There's activation right there actually, and auxiliary for the bulb release button. So pretty much, unless you mod this, you're only going to get one button on it. Which, I mean, that's an easy mod. The auxiliary switch right there. There it is. I mean, it works. It works well. But it looks in place, but also out of place, you know? So, I mean, like, I keep going back to the 89 Sabres. I'm sorry. I just love the 89 Sabres. So, on the 89 Sabres, for me, that's activation. Or auxiliary. Can't remember. I'm pretty sure I usually do the top as activation, which is actually the silver. It's cool. Not too. I'm kind of on the blade retention for this. On this one, I like the blade retention, even though it is super thin. This little silver greebly here, look at that. There's hardly any chunk on that. That's like a 632 threading, I believe. While it works for blade retention, I feel like if you twist it too much, if you hulk out on it, then boom, broke that. Granted, you can get a replacement from KR Sabers, but there's extra money spent. I think my favorite addition to this, which I'm really glad that the client asked me about doing this, was putting the kill switch right there.
You should not have come back.
That's so cool, man. It's just, you know, you don't have to. Originally there was a kill key all the way down through here. You had to twist it, turn it on. And also I noticed on the previous chassis, I don't know why it had this problem so badly, but it was any time on that first phone when Vader would breathe, it would trigger false swings. It's like, it was super annoying. And I didn't agree with that at all. Oh, by the way, there's two colors on this. There's red, white, or red with the white flash on clash, and then this is one red and white with white flash on clash. It's easy to take off if the client doesn't want it. This actually looks more like a pale pink. I just kind of did it for the hell of it. Might as well, you know. If you got it, why not use it? But yeah.
Presence I've not felt since.
I gotta go. And kill switch. It's off. That's the coolest thing ever. I actually have another MPP. It's an ESB config though, where this is a New Hope. That I'm going to do the same thing with for the kill switch. It's super cool, super useful. And I'm also going to do a reveal on the 89 Sabres MPP tonight, and I hope you'll enjoy that as well. I hope I offered a little bit of good advice here. As far as adhering the switches, a little bit of double-sided tape on the back side of them, and you're good to go. But until the next time, Saber fans, may the Force be with you always.